Hey, what's up, y'all? Yeah, we in the sunlight, all right? Because I got to mail some of y'all packages and stuff, so just want to say, try to get at least 20 minutes of sun every day, because if you just stay in the house, what's going to happen is you're not going to get that vitamin D, and you're not going to get the proper energy frequency that your brain needs. So, you know, there's nothing wrong with staying in the house, but try to come out early and get 20 minutes of sun. Like me, I'm sitting in the sun right now. Why? Because I know what that sun can do for me. This ain't gonna be a long live, because I'm waiting on the post office because they're out for lunch. So I'll hang out with y'all maybe until like 10 to 2. But I just want to say, get out and go in the sunlight. Okay, I'm telling you, go in the sun. You know, you can still practice the social distancing, but you want to get in that sunlight. It's very important to get in that sun. Let that sun hit your face and just gaze into the sun. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to hurt your eyes and none of that, you know, but you want to like sit in that sun until you actually feel it really hot on you. You know what I'm saying? But for y'all who may have, you know, whatever, you cannot be fully in the sun, but get out. Get into the sunlight. That's all I'm really going to tell y'all, because that sun is going to send us healing properties and stuff, because, you know, we be in the house and we not really moving around like how we normally would move around. So the sunlight, by you sitting in the sun, like I'm you know, I'm waiting on the post office, so, you know, I'll be doing this live maybe till like 1:45 or whatever the case may be. But what I'm just saying, okay, it's 1:19 now. Yeah. But, you know, I just want to, you know, to share that with y'all, you know. Get that sunlight. You need that sunlight, okay? You definitely need that sunlight. You know, you need to be in a park somewhere. You need to be in touch with nature. You need to be doing positive things. You need to be doing meditation. You need to be praying. You need to be, you know, like staying positive and stuff. And stop watching the television, because they all saying the same thing. You got to sit with yourself, because yourself is going to give you information pertaining to yourself. Also, let me say this. There are 5 herbs that you should have in your home. Okay, you can inbox me information. But I'm going to tell you these 5 herbs. You need to have elderberry. That's good for mucus, because that disease is mucus related. So by you having elderberry in your system, it's going to keep mucus out. That's one. Also, yellow dock. Also, burdock. Also, sarsaparilla, and dandelion, okay? And if you can get sea moss, also sea moss, okay? You can inbox me for information. The reason why I'm saying you want to have these particulars in your home, because if push come to shove, right, where you're unable to get food, you can still nourish yourself with the sea moss, and you can still keep your system going with those particular herbs, because those herbs have minerals in them, okay? So if you need information about the herbs and stuff, or the sea moss, you can inbox me. Also, I want to say, if you are worried about water, then, you know, you need to inbox me, because we have information about the shungite. Shungite cleans water, literally cleans water of fluoride and chemicals, and it cleans water of impurities, okay? And, you know, inbox me about that information. So that way, at least you know you got in your home certain things that will sustain you. Also, you want to make sure that you have maybe a first aid kit, you know, some good flashlights and stuff like that, so if the lights go out. Listen, I'm not saying making this, but I'm saying you want to at least be prepared and stuff like that. But you definitely want to have those particular herbs in your home, okay? And the shungite the shungite is very important to have too. Also, the shungite protects you from radiation and Wi-Fi also. So y'all can inbox me and I'll give you information, okay? Because I mean, I got my place gridded with big pieces of shungite throughout the whole house. So radiation is not attacking my immune system and stuff like that. Plus, I left my shungite pendant at home, but I normally wear my pendant. And also, when I have my cell phone, it like always on me, I have a piece of shungite. Wherever the cell phone is, there's a piece of shungite. The shungite absorbs the radiation. And I got a piece taped on my cell phone case, okay? So if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can inbox me. I will give you information, okay? So like I said, you know, stay positive. That's number one. You got to stay positive, okay? Do some meditations, pray. Have conversations based on positivity. You don't want to be talking about negative stuff, or, you know, just thinking the worst is going to happen. The worst has already happened. Literally, the worst has already happened. So look at what's going on now is I'm being tested. I'm going through my life and I'm being tested. And now what you want to do, as I may mention in my other live, you want to say to yourself, what is it that I can learn from this experience, and how can I get more closer in touch with myself? Okay? Because throughout time we have lost ourselves. So now take this quiet time, this moment of how would I say? Hola. Take this moment of, you know, like of now, and, you know, like recreate. Stay creative also. So if you're into, you know, whatever you're into, creative stuff, stay creative, because that's going to offset a lot of the negative thoughts that's going to be coming at you. You know, I'm telling you, listen to this. Everything is going to be okay, okay? So, but you got to believe that, and you got to think that, and you got to have certain things that you're doing that's going to make you feel positive and at peace. Okay? It's very, very important. Everybody may have felt some kind of jolt of fear, insecurity, or worry. You're a human being. You're going to feel that. Learn to accept that I am a human being. I'm going to have feelings and emotions. I'm going to cry. I'm going to feel sad. I'm going to worry sometimes. I'm going to feel fear. But the key is, being that you know that you will feel these particular emotions and frequencies, what you want to do is better learn how to understand why you're feeling the way that you feel, and learn how to build on those feelings a sanctuary of positivity for yourself. Not where you freaking out and going crazy and losing it. No, this is not the time for you to be doing that. Everything is happening now because you're being tested. All of us is being tested. So now what you want to do is you want to take deep breaths. Everybody take a deep breath and relax yourself. Take another deep breath and relax yourself, and tell yourself that I am going to look at this situation from a vantage point of being strong, and I'm going to look at the situation from a vantage point of having inner, stronger strength within myself. I'm not going to worry. I'm not going to freak out. I'm not going to even entertain, you know, what's going to happen and what's not going to happen. Because if you look at it, you didn't even know you was going to be born one day, but you're here, right? Okay, so everything's going to take care of itself, y'all. That's what I'm really trying to say to y'all. Plus, like I said, I'm waiting on the post office to be back open. And so I'll probably be over here maybe till like 10 to 2, quarter to 2, then I'm going to go and, you know, take care of what I got to do. I'm running errands today. So I just want to say to you, focus on being positive. Whatever you're doing, look at whether it's productive, constructive, and if it's not, like if you're caught up in destructive thought processes and patterns and you worried, I need for you to just to relax. And like I may mention, you know, any information that you hear me talk about, you inbox me and I'll give you information. Because the key is you want to make sure that you got certain things in your home, so if push come to shove, you cannot get to where you need to go to pertaining to getting help or whatever. You'll be able to help yourself in your home. You'll be able to sustain yourself in your home. It's vitally important. Now, like I said, there's 5 herbs that you should have in your home. Number one is elderberry. Elderberry deals with mucus. This thing that they supposedly said is out here is mucus because it clogs your lungs or whatever. So elderberry gets mucus out of the body, okay? So that's one herb you definitely want to have. Other herbs you want to have sea moss, you want to have yellow dock, you want to have dandelion, and you want to have burdock and sarsaparilla. Those are the simple herbs that you can have. If you need information about those herbs, inbox me. I'm telling y'all, inbox me. Okay? The key is, like I said yesterday, you don't want to be eating to fill up your stomach. You want to be eating to keep your system revitalized and nurtured so you can think clearly, move accordingly, and plan things out pertaining to what it is you need to do, pertaining to whatever happens in your life. This is vitally important. So this is why you must have certain minerals and like good food to keep your system functioning. Because if you're not eating right during any time of trial or tribulation, your system is going to be depleted, and you know, you're not going to be you know, like at your best, you know, pertaining to what it is you have to do. You know, so I'm just basically saying, try to get out early. Like I'm in the sun. Try to get out early. Go sit somewhere and let that sun just drench you. Like I'm in the sun right now and I'm feeling hot, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to let the sun drench me with the vitamin D and with all the other components that the sun will give to my system. This is what I'm trying to say to y'all. Try to get out. You can still practice social distancing, but get out, basically get out and get into the sun. It's vitally important. Get into that sun. Vitally important. And any other things that I may mention of, you can inbox me. I will walk you out through the steps, give you the information, and that way you can be on board. Because here's the deal, right? We want to be in a situation where if we cannot get help or get to the right people, we have things in the home that we can take care of ourselves and maintain ourselves with, and it will keep our system working and functioning properly. It's vitally important. I'm telling y'all, and I'm not just talking this talk. You know, most of y'all, like I told y'all, last year I had got deathly ill in my home. I mean, I felt like I was going to die. But I had herbs in my home, and I used elderberry, yellow dock, and burdock, those main three herbs, and I was able to nurse myself back to health. And that's when I knew that the Creator has given us capabilities where we can heal our bodies, we can heal ourselves. But you gotta have the information, and you gotta have the right tools in order to do that. And the key is, it's vitally important that you start thinking outside of the box more than ever now. Because at the end of the day, you may only have yourself to depend on. You may only have yourself to take care of yourself. You may only have yourself to nurture yourself, to think positive for yourself, to elevate yourself, to keep yourself strong. I'm telling you, because like I may mention yesterday, like I said, I'm only here for a minute because I got to go into the post office and I got my spot in line. It's 1:31. So all I'm just trying to say to y'all out here is this here. Learn how to depend on yourself. Learn how to do for yourself. Learn how to take care of yourself. Learn how your body works, how your system functions. Watch some YouTube videos about the body. You know, listen to your body. And the reason why I say this, so by you listening to your system, and if you feel like, okay, I feel like something coming on or whatever, and you may not be able to make it to the whatever, you got your herbs in your home that you can either blend, make your teas, take on an empty stomach, and get the healing to your bloodstream and stuff like that. I'm only telling you because, like I said, last year I got deathly ill in my home, and I was able to save my own life. I didn't go to the hospital. You know, I used those herbs, and those herbs saved my life, literally. And this ain't no sales pitch, and this ain't I'm telling you what really happened to me. Because a lot of times we think we're invincible. And we say, oh, that's only happening to them. But then when life happens to you, that's when you realize, wow. But let me just say this to you. The Creator has been preparing us for this. And not just for this, but for anything that comes down the pipeline. Because if you have been around people, positive people who are into like herbs, crystals, meditation, yoga, positive reading, like just doing things positive, you are being prepared all along. And now situations are happening and will continue to happen. So guess what? Don't fear. You've already been prepared for it. So I want you to sit with yourself, look inside yourself and say, what is it inside of me that I can use to keep me strong and to help me deal with whatever life happens to throw at me, or whatever happens. That's the key, because it's going to happen whether you like it or not. We're going to lose people. People are going to die. People are going to get sick. Things will happen. It's going to happen. It's part of humanity. It's going to happen. And if you study history, every civilization have faced some kind of catastrophe, some kind of, situation. So what I'm saying is, being that you're hearing me say this, understand that I need for y'all to remain calm and to regroup and to focus more on being positive for anything and everything that may happen. If somebody dies, somebody gets sick or whatever. Because I've given you some of the tools on what you can do to have certain herbs in your house that will do certain things for your system. Most diseases mucus related. We was taught that by Dr. Sebi. Okay, SCBI, Dr. Sebi, you can watch on YouTube. So what I'm saying is, if we have the right herbs in our home and we get a mucus related illness and we cannot make it to the hospital or to the doctor, we know I got my herbs, I got my crystals, I can make my crystal elixirs, I can make my herbal elixirs. Also, if you got certain things going on in the home, you can burn some sage. I just read a couple of weeks ago, sage gets diseases out of the air and stuff like that. This is nothing that I'm making up. It's out there. The information is out there, all on the internet. It's nothing I'm coming to you with some new information. I'm not doing that. I'm telling you the information is out there. So let your smartphone make you smarter. Empower yourself. This is what I'm basically trying to say. Let me see what time it is. It's 1:35, 45. Okay, I got 20 minutes. I'm going to go over there. But all I'm just trying to say is, get out in the sun. Go sit in the sun for at least 20 minutes. I'm hot over here in the sun, but it doesn't matter because I'm making up for the days that I didn't sit in the sun. I try to get out early and stuff. So this is what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is, don't panic, okay? Meditate, pray, do positive things, stop watching the news. They're all saying the same thing. Empower yourself, learn about some of the things that they're saying about how this disease or whatever it is, like Trump said, we're fighting an unknown enemy. But the key is we can prepare ourselves and have the right tools. So we know, okay, mucus coming, whatever. I got my elderberry. Boom. I got my dandelion. Boom. I got my bird eye. Boom. I got my sarsaparilla. Boom. You got your various herbs where you are making your smoothies, you're making your teas, and you're taking that stuff on an empty stomach so it can go straight to your bloodstream. That's the key. You want to keep your system maintained. You don't want to go out and buy a bunch of junk food and then, I got all this food and now your stomach is full, but your system is weak. Do you understand what I'm saying here? If your system is weak, you're not going to be able to withstand anything that's coming, whether it's a disease, whether it's an emotional thing, whatever it may be. So you want to make sure you're operating in tip-top order and in tip-top shape. That's the key. This is the fittest of the fittest, literally. So what I'm saying is, Take this time to regroup. Okay? If you got issues within yourself, regroup. First, regroup within you. Then you're going to be able to understand everybody else. Okay, it's 1:37. Then you will be able to understand everybody else and their situations and stuff, because you know what makes you tick. You know how your system works. You know the ins and outs and the outs and ins of who you are. Why? Because you got to live in your body. And I always stress that. So what I'm saying is, we're not afraid. Say it. We're not afraid. Because we done been through some things and we made it out of that. And we're strong enough to continue the struggle of life, right? Until we transition on out of here. So we're not going to let no situation take us from enjoying this moment of breathing and of being with our loved ones and of enjoying the little blessings and joys that we got. Because as we see, it's not about the big stuff. We thought it was, right? But now we're in a situation where now you gotta get along, right? You gotta interact with certain situations. So this is the perfect opportunity to learn how to live safely and navigate safely inside of you, so you can navigate safely and deal with everything outside of you. Because it is some things that is out of your realm of change and power. So only focus on the things that you can take care of. All those other things, it's out of your hands. So now this is where your faith comes in, your meditation comes in, all that stuff you know, all them things you heard, and all those stories that grandma and granddad and all those ancient things that we heard and things we're hearing now, we're going to take all of that and make a gumbo out of it. And we're going to use every aspect of all the information, the ancient knowledge, right? The ancient healing, the healing for now, the information of now. And we're going to make a gumbo. And then we're going to let it nourish our spirit, nourish our souls, and make us the strongest, best people that we can possibly be. Because we coming in strong and we going out strong. And this is what you got to tell yourself. Say, I'm coming in strong and I'm going out strong. So if you've been worrying, I'm telling you, stop worrying. Focus on what you can do. That's it. Take baby steps pertaining to what it is that you can do. I'm ready to walk over here to the post office because it's 1:40 now. So that's what I'm just trying to say to y'all. And get in the sun. Get some sun, at least 20 minutes. So what? You're going to be hot in the sun. Get in that sun. You a battery. Recharge your battery. Recharge your battery. Like I said, inbox me pertaining to information, okay? And like I said, a lot of what I'm telling you, I'm doing. I'm not just posting to get likes. This ain't about a like show. This is what I'm doing, y'all. And I'm sharing the information with you. Do you want it? Do you want it? So, like I said, empower yourself. Don't wait and depend on people to come save you. They may not be able to save you. So you got to learn how to save you. You got to learn how to take care of yourself if push come to shove. If you cannot get the aid or assistance or whatever. I'm telling you, man. And I posted something on my Facebook page by the brother named Neely Fuller. I think I posted that video on my page, but if not, I'm going to repost it. Watch that video and start listening to what that brother is saying. I'm telling you, man, every morning I listen to that brother and it empowers me. This is what we need. We want to be empowered. We want to be empowered so when situations happen, we have the power, we have the frequency, we have the wisdom, we have the understanding, we have the knowledge, we have the guts, and we have the confidence to take that stand pertaining to whatever it is that is coming down the pipeline. That's it. Because like I said, most of us, we have faced hurdles and setbacks, losses, and so on and so forth. Welcome to life. welcome to life. So if you living, I'm going to say this, you can't be afraid. Cannot be afraid. There's a purpose you here. There's a reason why you here. So say, let me find out what my purpose and reason is for being here. I know there's more to me than what I've been told. I know there's more to me because now I'm going to take some time to rediscover who I am, and maybe I can add some other things to my gumbo of life. Because sometimes we fall into a rut. We get caught up in doing the same thing day in and day out. And people say, oh, I'm bored. How can you be bored if you're breathing? You wake up every day and God allow you to breathe. Should never be bored. But if you are, you better, I'm not saying you better, but find a hobby or something. Something, I mean, you know, hey, you know, nobody gonna be here forever. So let's stop acting like we all scared and this and that. Listen, this is life. And if you, like I said, okay, 143, okay. I'll go over here next 2 minutes. So like I said, study ancient civilizations and cultures and see what happened to them. And you will see that every civilization and nation or whatever, they go through different, I'm going to say, different scenarios, different happenings that happen to them. Some of them were wiped out or whatever. I know it sounds like I'm repeating myself, but sometimes you got to do that because I'm trying to make y'all understand, as well as myself more on a deeper level, that it is what it is, man. So what we're going to do is we're going to just make sure we doing happy things. We got positive things in our frequency, right? We are elevating our frequency, and we saying, man, you know what? Mama said there'll be days like this, right? And we didn't exactly know what kind of days were coming, but we knew that some days would come. Good days, bad days, happy days, sad days, right? This is life. This is life. So that's what I'm saying. Stop watching the news and focus on you being happy, getting out under the sunlight. You know what I'm saying? Doing some things you haven't done, or maybe organize the house a little bit. You know, I mean, you know, because let me tell you something. If you caught up in being afraid and tripping and bugging out, listen, honestly, you are devaluing yourself. Why? Because you're not looking at, okay, I'm still breathing, right? I may feel a little shaky, but I'm still breathing, okay? And like, I know that things will work its way out, but the only way that things is going to work its way out is how I think and feel. Listen, we all feel something. Everybody feels things. We're human. So being that we know we're going to feel some kind of way, the key is properly mapping out those feelings so that those feelings don't overwhelm us to where we are fearful and cowering and we're not even coming out and enjoying this beautiful sunlight. I mean, I'm not saying, you know, you can still practice social distancing, but get out in the sun, recharge your battery, okay? I mean, regroup, you know, and like, and tell yourself, you know what? I'm going to come out this stronger. That's it. But like I said, if you really want to key in on some stuff, study what happened to ancient civilizations. They went through stuff, okay? And hey, that's just the way sometimes I can continue this live across the street like this because I'm behind somebody. But I'm just saying that this is what we want to do. We want to make sure that we're in a position to where we're not freaking out because of what's happening. And I'm glad that I came early because I see there's a little line, you know. So that's what I'm basically saying to y'all. I just want to empower y'all and let y'all know that, you know, whatever you feeling, I somewhat feel, but I'm not letting it have me locked up in the cage. I say, listen, you still got certain things you have to do. So, you know, this is a perfect time to get more in touch with nature, as well as getting more in touch with yourself and relax. Basically, you know, relax yourself, You know, like I said, pray, do some meditations. You know, if you like to paint, paint. If you like to crochet. I mean, like whatever you like to do. And like if you used to do some stuff, and you kind of gotten away from that, this is a perfect time. And but let me just say this is a perfect time for you to really get to know yourself on a deeper level. I feel myself kind of rambling, and like I'm more aware of myself now that, hey, you know what? Ask yourself, because now my thinking is constructive. I'm aware of constructive thinking and destructive thinking. That's why that video I was telling you about by Neely Fuller, I think I posted on my Facebook. Check it out, y'all. Like when you're downtime, listen to it, because the brother, he really gives a lot of information pertaining to how we need to really elevate our thinking, our actions, and just the whole gumbo of who we are as human beings. And I'm just going to say this. Even though we know a lot, I know a lot, you know a lot, we know a lot. But guess what? Look, the earth and the cosmic universe is so vast that it's a continuation of learning. And this is what we want to do. We don't want to stay stuck in, okay, I know this. You know, no, we want to let me open my ears and my eyes and my, you know, like my brain waves, because there's new information out there that can put me into a better position. So that's the purpose of this live. To put ourselves in better positions and just understanding that, yo, what you feel, I feel, or whatever. But it's about learning how to deal with the situation. And how do we learn? A lot of times we learn from people who either been there or done that. This is how we learn how to better deal with things. Oh man, I went through that, and this is what I did, and like I got through. So this is basically what I'm just trying to say to y'all. This is what we should be doing. Empowering each other to say, you know what? We going through a little something, but we gonna be all right. We gonna get through this. We don't want to be worrying our families, worrying our kids. Listen, if you study history, like I may mention, civilizations always suffered some kind of setback. They always suffered some kind of catastrophe or whatever the case may be. So when you begin to accept that and understand that, that's when you will be able to accept what's going on now. And you will just try to find those very precious moments of peace. How do you get them? You get them by creating them first in your thought process, and then in your thoughts it becomes your actions, and then you become that. Because if you're getting caught up in fear and all of that, you ain't hurting nobody but yourself. So like I said, if you need any information pertaining to some of the herbs I may mention up, or even the shungite, which is listen, just inbox me and stuff like that. Okay, so hopefully, okay, cool. They should be open in 10 minutes. Get out in the sun. That's all I'm going to say. Recharge your battery, okay? All right, y'all. Peace. I'm the Cosmic Shaman.